On April 12, 2024, officers attempted a traffic stop near a shopping center when the driver of a van suddenly fled toward Interstate 85. The pursuit cut through surface streets and onto Southwest Parkway as the suspect weaved dangerously through traffic.
Like the 85, like the 85. Back up to 145 eastbound. Same place like the eastbound 85.
Units boxed the van in and forced it to a stop near the interstate. With weapons drawn, officers ordered the occupants out at gunpoint.
I don't give a fuck, shut up. Let me see your hands. Put your fucking hands out. Right now.
Both suspects were pulled from the vehicle, handcuffed, and arrested without injury. One was found wearing an ankle monitor. The van was secured on scene, and both now face multiple felony charges. On April 23, 2025, Trooper Middlecoff with the Arkansas State Police joined a pursuit of a black Dodge Dart that had fled from officers along Interstate 30. The driver weaved through traffic, cut across service roads, and even drove through yards while trying to escape.
Turn on the briar cliff. Texas Frank Boy Tom 4105. It's a black Dodge Dart. But he drove back out of it. He's driving 2 yards.
Hurry up.
Advise the other units to get out of the way and I'll get up here and Hey, middle cop, this is me right here behind you.
I'm gonna stay right to go there.
Speeds climbed as units closed in, with multiple PIT attempts made to end the chase. Near Clement Street, the suspect's vehicle was disabled, and officers moved in at gunpoint.
Back around,
Two suspects were confirmed, one fleeing on foot, while the other was taken into custody. Backpacks tossed from the car were recovered as evidence. On July 10, 2025, troopers clocked a gray Mercedes GLC at 92 miles per hour on SR 408, before the driver, later identified as 31-year-old Darius Demetrius Lowe, fled at speeds up to 135 miles per hour. Lowe weaved through traffic, nearly causing crashes until he struck a median barrier and was forced into a PIT maneuver near mile marker 7. He fled on foot but was quickly captured.
Alright, get ready for phone call. 54 if you can. Hold on, Mario. Hold on. Hold me, Chuck. 54 if you can. Hold on, Mario. Hold on. Hold me, Chuck. Hey, stay back. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. Come on, get back in the car. Hey, he's running real quick. Hey, stop right there. Okay, but he first lost control with the barrier wall.
Troopers recovered 3 877s in cash, 27 fentanyl pills, and marijuana from the vehicle. Lowe, on inmate release for a prior fleeing offense, was arrested on multiple felony charges and held with no bond.
Hit!
On July 27, 2023, deputies observed a blue Lexus SUV run multiple red lights on US Highway 1 at speeds up to 75 miles per hour. The driver, later identified as Angel Veterazzi of Guatemala, refused to stop fleeing through residential neighborhoods, blowing stop signs and swerving into oncoming lanes at 90 miles per hour.
Westbound, 22nd Avenue. Speeds are 50 miles an hour, no traffic. Coming on 8th Avenue, westbound. Correction, eastbound. Reckless, ran 2 stoplights. It's blacked out now. Going on wrong way on US 1, southbound. Yes, 10-4. Southbound, passing 17th Street, speeds are 9 miles an hour.
Deputies executed a PIT maneuver on 12th Street, disabling the vehicle. Veterazzi was taken into custody and identified through a Guatemala ID and passport.
Hit! Keep your hands
levantarte y caminar para acá. Mírate la espalda para nosotros. Camina para atrás, para atrás, para atrás.
Yep.
Para atrás, para atrás.
Down.
Para atrás, encima del piso.
Dispatch confirmed the Lexus was stolen in a Miami carjacking, and Miami authorities will pursue further charges. He had never been licensed. On April 12, 2025, troopers pursued a white Dodge Charger westbound near coordinates N34-23037-205-156 after the driver refused to stop for traffic violations.
We got G43 and 10-4. Oh, that's well shown. 10-36. Somebody will be going on Fairview. Westbound, Fairview to Falcon.
The suspect weaved through city streets disregarding traffic signals and nearly colliding with other vehicles before officers boxed the car in. A felony stop was conducted at Bar Q and Lee, where the driver was ordered out at gunpoint, placed on the ground, and handcuffed.
Please approximately 75.
Right now! On the ground! On the ground! Now! On the ground! Hey, get your hands out the side. On the ground. All the way down. Is anybody in the car with you? Sir. What is your problem? Huh? He's in the car. Wow. Major malfunction. Hands behind your back.
The suspect admitted to having marijuana in the vehicle, and a search recovered a large quantity of drugs. He was arrested and booked on multiple felony charges. On I-75 through Sumter County, troopers spotted a stolen 2009 Cadillac sedan traveling southbound and attempted a stop in Hernando County on April 2024. The female driver refused to pull over, accelerating past 110 miles per hour, weaving dangerously and using the shoulder to pass traffic. The chase pushed into Pasco County, where troopers executed a precise PIT maneuver near State Road 52, forcing the Cadillac to a stop.
We're going to be going westbound. Over 56. Working plan right behind the bro. Filipino Bravo coming eastbound. 64. Let me see your goddamn hand! Let me see your fucking hand! Open the door! Open the fucking door! Open the fucking door! Close that fucking door! Hey! Close that bitch! Close that bitch! Oh, you fucking dead! Goddamn! Whoa! Whoa, left! Whoa! Whoa!
The suspect, found nearly nude, was taken into custody without further incident. She now faces charges including grand theft auto, reckless driving, fleeing and eluding possession of meth, and driving suspended. On March 5th, troopers joined North Palm Beach Police in pursuit of a black Hyundai tied to felony battery. The driver, 39-year-old Felipe Steve Martinez, fled northbound on I-95 at 129 miles per hour, despite blown tires, then reversed direction southbound, striking a trooper's windshield with a thrown object.
111 miles per hour, traffic is light. HOV lane. Miles per hour.
Multiple PIT attempts failed as Martinez swerved onto shoulders and curbs at reckless speeds exceeding 115 miles per hour. Near Keating Drive, coordinated PIT maneuvers disabled the vehicle, and Palm Beach Gardens officers arrested Martinez after medical clearance. He now faces charges of aggravated fleeing, reckless driving, and throwing deadly missiles. August 7, 2021, deputies reported a stolen white Toyota Corolla linked to an armed robbery earlier that day. The driver fled from the Leon County Sheriff's Office, weaving through traffic on West Tennessee Street at 82 miles per hour in a 45 zone, nearly striking other vehicles. Florida Highway Patrol trooper joined the pursuit, activating lights and sirens as the Corolla ignored commands to stop. The suspect blew through a red light at Blairstone Road, turned onto Park Avenue, and continued eastbound at high speed. The pursuit remained active as officers pressed to stop the armed robbery suspect. On December 8, 2023, troopers attempted to stop a vehicle near mile marker coordinates N35-30920 U94 Ford 2277. After noticing violations including no insurance, the driver refused to pull into a gas station as directed stopping and going in traffic while arguing with officers.
Hey, 64, they'll be out at the 7, changing the play. He's just stopping and going, so yeah, good.
Multiple units moved in to box the vehicle, preventing escape and forcing a controlled stop. The driver was ordered out, detained without further incident, and identified on scene.
6-18, just get in front of him, you're not walking in. Where y'all at anyway? 271 and down and all. TDI.
now faces charges including no insurance and fleeing with additional warrants confirmed from Little Rock. On June 4th, 2022, Arkansas State Police engaged in a high-speed pursuit of a suspect who refused to stop on the interstate. The chase escalated as the driver endangered traffic and eventually came to a halt when troopers boxed in the vehicle and ordered the driver to exit. The suspect ignored repeated commands, leading to a tense armed standoff. Shots were fired, striking the suspect, and EMS was immediately requested. Troopers secured the scene, handcuffed the wounded driver, and ensured medical aid was provided. The case remains under investigation with multiple charges pending. On December 19, 2023, deputies requested Florida Highway Patrol assistance with a blue Cadillac suspected in a grand theft case. When troopers arrived, the driver accelerated aggressively, refusing to stop as lights and sirens were activated. The pursuit intensified as the Cadillac attempted to evade capture, forcing troopers to take the lead and coordinate the chase across County Road. The suspect's reckless driving escalated the danger until units boxed in the vehicle and forced it to a halt. The driver was taken into custody without further incident and now faces multiple charges, including grand theft auto.